learn you something about how do you know if a man is who he really is. You got to be willing to give it time and test. Time and test, baby. And that is called vetting. And you can't just vet him for 2 days or 2 weeks or just 2 months. You got to have your eyes wide open. You got to have a game plan and know exactly what you're doing. You got to know exactly what it is that you're looking for. And you need time and you need tests. According to science, both are necessary in order to trigger a man's vasopressin for him to bond to you for life. Let me break it down for you so that you understand. Now, first, understand in every single species living understands what I'm telling you right now. The bird kingdom understands it. Daggone elephants understand it. Crocodiles understand it. Freaking rats and moles, the perivole understands that you got to give it time. You got to give him the time to biochemically be triggered to fall in love with you. What does that mean? He needs time to produce his vasopressin bonding hormone that allows him to want to commit to you, provide to you, and protect you. That's the first thing. His body biochemically needs to be able to produce those receptors. For some of you, you say, well, why did he make it seem like that he wanted something at first and then he didn't want something? Well, actually, biochemically, he could have wanted something, if we're being honest with each other. In the beginning, he could have seen you as somebody potentially that he wanted a future with. However, according to Dr. Don Maslar, when a man has sex with you too soon, it interrupts his bonding hormone process. It interrupts his vasopressin receptor process. And when that is interrupted, then he no longer is producing a hormone to bond with you. There's that. The second option is he can simply be a Build-A-Bear. Some of you are Build-A-Bear magnets due to your childhood experiences and your traumas and the lies that have developed because of those experiences. What do I mean? Some of you ladies are absolutely dynamic. You have accomplished so much. You have gotten all kinds of degrees, all kinds of awards. You're doing great things in your careers. However, in this space, when it comes to love, you completely give away your power. And the reason why you give away your power is because in your head, all you hear is your mother telling you that you're not good enough. You hear her constantly criticizing you, that you're too fat, you're too skinny, you're too this, you're too that. You remember her emotional neglect when you was growing up. Or you have judged your self-worth because your father wasn't emotionally available, or because he wasn't physically present, or because you saw the way he mistreated your mother, or you saw the way he would mistreat other women, or you saw the way he wasn't protective of you. And you've been trying to get that love and that acceptance and attention from your father for so long, you've now defaulted it to men who are incapable of loving you like your daddy was. And so what do? You just continue to repeat the same cycle over and over again. Or some of you were inappropriately touched when you were younger, and that left a gaping wound in you. That left a wound making you feel shame, and shame is the lowest frequency vibration on the energy scale. So then now you are a natural magnet to low vibrational frequency men who just simply want to violate you more mentally, emotionally, physically, and spiritually. They simply just want to take from you. So even though on the outside everything looks pretty, everything looks great, you're so smart, and you try to fill that void with accomplishments, with buying things, with being better, or being somebody that you think would be able to earn love or earn respect, then you're still a magnet to heartbreak at the lowest level, because those wounds that create trauma bonds have not been cleared. So what does that mean for you? That means that you will keep attracting these low, toxic, dysfunctional relationships until you heal. And that means that you will attract men who will lie to you over and over again, because a man can see your love archetype. What does that mean? He can see what are your insecurities. He can see your trauma wounds before you can. And for a weak man, it is an easy advantage. You would be considered easy prey. And how do you know a man's intentions? When you're a woman who's vibrating at a higher level, when you're a woman who no longer have those gaping wounds, when you're no longer vibrating with those kind of men, then you have a certain type of standard, and you are going to make sure he rises to that standard. What do I mean? Now, whenever you're looking for somebody to give you any services, how many of you guys do this? I will never hire anybody to do any service work for me without checking his reviews and getting 3 quotes. Okay, so that means I need to see, like, if we need to get our air conditioner fixed, I need to see 3 different air conditioning companies before I choose one company. I'm not going to just vet one company and then just go along with that company. Some of you, the first penile that comes along, because you don't feel worthy and you feel like you're never going to have another penile to come along again, then you just jump into a relationship with that individual. So I need to make sure, am I choosing the best possible option? I need to see your reviews. I need to see your background. And then the second thing I'm going to do is I'm going to observe. Some of y'all talk too goddamn much. You are easily allowing these men that's in your world. So what do you have to do? How do you know if a man is who he is? Ma'am, put him through some daggone tests. I'm going to test. If I'm going to hire somebody and give them a lot of my investment, I need to test to make sure you understand. And I need to know based on actions, not just your answers and not just your words. I'm not going to hire somebody to work for my company and they don't go through a probationary period to make love bug blink. Love bug, they thinking you held captive, honey. They thinking I'm not going to let them work permanently for my company if they don't go through a series of tests. And some of y'all don't put a man some of y'all won't put a man through a test to see how will he show up for you in certain scenarios. What type of father will he be? What type of husband would he be? What type of person will he be in a relationship with you? Love, but how did you feel? Did you know I was putting you through tests when we were dating?
Yeah, not really. I'm kind of slow, so.
Actually, it's not. I wasn't obvious with it. You know, like, ladies, you're not supposed to be obvious. But how would you feel knowing that I put you through tests before I even chose you? Like, how do you feel about that as a man?
I passed, so I'm happy with it. Kobe.
Bye-bye.
Nah, there was some stuff I felt like, I was like, man, I think she's just fooling with me on this. It's some stuff, but you know, it is what it is. If you are trying to impress a woman and you want to look good in her eyes, then you're going to do what, you know, needs to be done. If I got to rebuild this whole stinking closet because all these clothes, then rip down the closet rack, and I got to go to Home Depot and, you know, buy all the parts and drill the holes and find the studs and this and this and that and hang up all. I'm going to do that.
My bug. Do you know?
Because I know not everybody can do that. And there's probably some dudes and they're like looking like they was playing fiddly sticks and didn't even know where to begin. So I'm like, ha, you 6'5", but you can't build no closet. Get out of my way, sucker.
Actually,
yeah, I eat kale and stuff.
First of all, let me tell y'all something, okay? And we're just going to be completely honest. Neither one of us grew up in the whole idea household. I grew up watching my mother be abused. He grew up in a one-parent household where he wasn't seeing quality relationships. Why he became a good man is because of one thing. He chose to be a good man. He wanted to be a good man. And he became a good man intentionally.